Hi everyone, and welcome to our series on the porch with Chilliwack Heritage Society. Today we are at the Carmichael House. This home has actually been designated as a heritage house built in 1911, and a myth for a lot of people feeling that once a home is designated heritage, it's going to bring down the value, but it actually has an opposite effect. And of course, those people looking for an old style heritage home are a certain type of buyer, and the house has so much character and so much loveliness to it. We're gonna sit down with Kate, the owner, and ask her some questions. Welcome, Kate, to our series, and thank you so much for having us to your beautiful home. And what made you want to actually buy a heritage home?
Honestly, I've just always loved these houses, and you look at them and they're just so incredible and so different than all the other houses you see, and the detailing inside of them. And we didn't set out to buy a house like this, but when I saw this one for sale, we had to come in, and my husband kind of humored me. And then we went in and I was like, oh no, this house is too incredible because the detailing inside of it is all so beautiful. And so honestly, we didn't set out to buy this house, but I liked the location, and this house itself is so incredible. So it just sort of happened.
And what kind of challenges have you faced with owning a heritage home?
Okay, well, there are a lot. The insulation is really lousy. It's horsehair, and the windows are single pane. And so our heating bills in the winter are pretty crazy. Way more than a modern home, and so that's something you definitely have to keep in mind if you want to buy a house like this. And the basement is only 6 feet high, and my husband's 6'3", and so there's a lot of bumping your head, swearing, frustration, that kind of thing, because it's definitely like it wasn't used. The basement wasn't used when they moved in, but now we want all the space we can get. We're trying to use it.
Are there any projects or home improvements you have planned?
Okay, so we've already done a lot. When we first bought this house, it was, I don't want to say falling apart because that's not the case, but it was rough, I would say. So we've redone the roof. My husband's had to replace a lot of the exterior wood because it was rotten. And that was a huge job. We've painted it, we've redone the gutters, we've redone the lawn and half of the landscaping because there were so many trees misplaced. It was just like a child went out and threw seeds everywhere. And on the inside, we've painted almost every room. My husband's redone the floors upstairs, redone both bathrooms, and started finishing the basement. We still have to do the kitchen and, a couple improvements here and there, but it's coming along. Honestly, it's been 4 years we've been in this house, and it's been kind of a constant. And we've had 2 kids. We have 2, like a 1-year-old and a 2-year-old. So it's been a very busy time, but it's just a priority. We want to just get it done.
Is there anything interesting you have discovered hidden in the walls or under the floor or under the house while you've been living here?
Yes, we have. So in renovating the house, we found some typical stuff. Nails, handmade nails from when this house was built, which are really neat to see. You can see all the markings from when they were making them. So homemade nails and screws that are just kind of wherever in the walls. And then we've also found a Safeway coupon from 1979, and it was for peanut butter, 2 for 1, and it was so cute. It was like this big, and I was like, whoa. That was kind of funny. And some coins, and we've also found some interesting things in the lawn. Bricks buried, because we redid the lawn this year, so we found buried bricks and children's toys, an old creepy looking doll. But my favorite thing we found is not so old, but we found some really cool national Canadian Geographics, from the 1930s, 40s, and 50s stashed in the attic. Which I've yet to look through, but I know I don't want to throw out because they're too cool.
What is your favorite thing about living in a heritage home?
See, and we were talking about this earlier, how people stop by to talk to me all the time about the house, and I love that. You know, sometimes it gets a bit intense where they're sort of expecting an invitation into the house, and I've had to be like, no, like, you're a stranger, I'm not letting you in my house. But I do like when people pass by, and more often than not, they will say, oh, I love the improvements you've made. Because if you've seen the house in the last 4 years, we really have resurrected this house a lot. And also just is so beautiful inside. Like, when people come in and visit, they're, whoa, I can't believe you live in this house. You know, we've got both original fireplaces and all the original hardwood in the house, and some epically cool wallpaper and really neat wood features. Like, part of the house really looks like an old British pub, and you know, it's a really beautiful, cool house, and there's neat features. Like, we have this upstairs in my son's room, there's this light fixture, and it's like this weird circle with a little knob, and I've never seen anything like it. And so I guess just seeing like cool things like that, even though the knob and tube electrical is a little scary, we still have that in this house. And like, I had an electrician check it out. He's like, you're fine, just don't touch it. Leave it be. So yeah, I just think that all the cool and interesting features that come with this house that you just can't get in a modern house, for me, is what make it neat. And preserving that, and you know, because so much of it's being torn down, and it always like breaks my heart when I see a beautiful old house like this one on the corner that's going to be torn down in probably a couple weeks. It's just a shame, right? And I realize that not all these houses can be saved, but it is nice to be part of that process and be able to, you know, keep it going for another 100 years maybe, who knows.
Thank you for watching our On the Porch series with Heritage Chilliwack Society. And of course, if you'd like to become a member of the Heritage Chilliwack Society, you can find our details on our Facebook and website. Thanks for watching.